That was a Ford at 210 miles an hour. Let's wait for the next one. This is Le Mans, home of the most famous road race in the world. Nowhere but at Le Mans can you see and hear cars motor as fast as they do here on the public highway. But speeds of over 200 miles an hour do not necessarily win this greatest of all races, for it is a 24-hour race, a Grand Prix of endurance. And to win, you have to be running at the end. Year by year since 1923, upwards of 50 cars from the world's leading sports car factories have come to Le Mans. At 4 o'clock on the Saturday afternoon, when the flag falls, the cream of the world's competition sports cars are lined up, each with the hope of winning, either in their category or outright, each at least with the hope of finishing. 24 hours later, on the Sunday afternoon, only a few will remain: the tough, the reliable, the consistent. And the car that wins will be all of these, and a bit faster than the rest of the survivors. To finish a 24-hour race, a car must be prepared and tested far in advance of the race itself. The Automobile Club de l'Ouest imposes rigid rules as to the construction of the cars. These rules don't always please the car makers, but they are intended to ensure that the spirit of this unique race should be maintained. Since 1923, it has been the greatest test of endurance, and that's the way the organizers intend it should remain. At the beginning of the week, cars and mechanics arrive in Le Mans and settle into a host of garages scattered round the city. This year, Ford have taken over part of the Peugeot service station on the outskirts. Ferrari are ensconced in the old slaughterhouse, appropriately perhaps, for Ferrari have gained the reputation in previous years of ruthlessly defeating the opposition. These are the two favorite teams to provide the outright winner. In the whole 34 years' history of the race, no American car has succeeded in pulling it off. Will Ford stop the run of European victories? Carroll Shelby has done much of the development work on these cars and is responsible for 3 of those entered this year. In the Ford garage, Shelby is optimistic.
I think we're better prepared this year than we've ever been. It's the first year that Ford's really been serious about Le Mans. There's been a lot of speculation that they were here to try to win the last 2 years, but I think this is the first year they've really made their mind up. They usually concentrate on one thing at a time, like last year it was Indianapolis, and Le Mans was just kind of a probing thing, and this year they're serious.
Le Mans thrives on rumor, and the word has got around that Ferrari's #1 driver, John Surtees, has left the Italian team. How will this loss of Ferrari's fastest man affect the race? Shelby.
Speed doesn't mean very much in this race. You got a few headlines if you're the fastest in practice, but very seldom do you see the people that are fastest in practice get the checkered flag on Sunday afternoon.
But we shall have a clearer picture when the cars go out to the circuit for the first practice session. Practice shows that much still needs to be done, and in a dozen garages there is all-night work to get the cars ready for Saturday. That's the good-humoured Italian way. Provided you're armed with a hefty hammer. Meanwhile, back at Ford's, and where else could it be?
Can I get any of you boys any perfume to take home to your wives?
I haven't got the time to have a wife in this job.
Well,
My
girlfriend?
husband bought the record The Sounds of Secret. You sit there and listen to these fire engines, you know.
Drivers can't take it. You know that? Just put a 24-hour job and then go to bed.
Hey, Trev. Will you throw us a socket, please? About 7, 8. I want to check these engine mounts on. They look about 3/4 or 7, 8.
It is 3:42 on Saturday, June the 18th, 1966. Since noon, the 56 starters have been out of the circuit. Since earlier still, a mass of people have been pouring into the stands and enclosures, so that now a crowd of nearly 400,000 is packed into every conceivable vantage point. We take our place over the pits as the band marches solemnly past, to the immense amusement of the crowd. As anthems play, a parade of scouts follows, bearing the flags of all the competing nations. America, Italy, Germany, Britain, Canada, Belgium, Switzerland, and last, the host nation, France. As police clear the track, linked together arm in arm, anxious mechanics nervously blip their engines, hoping to prove at last that their cars actually will go.